for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. I hope you're having a great day. Stay positive, stay focused. Let's get to it. What is the hot topic that's going on YouTube or Instagram? Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. Thank you for all your love and support.
So, Jada Pinkett Smith is on Hoda. Let's listen to the full interview and let's go from there.
Says she's finally feeling worthy. That's the title of her new book. It's out tomorrow. It's an incredible read. It's packed with so much. So glad to see you
I'm
again.
Glad to see you.
So after we had our long sit down, this is stuff you've been carrying with you for many, many, many years, and it's out there.
Yeah.
So as we sit here today in a reflection of, was it the right thing to reveal, to talk about everything? Do you feel like you made the right choice?
Absolutely. I think at some point, I had to talk about my journey, And I think just like we were talking about, I think there's so many of us who, hold so much, specifically women, and feeling like we're going to be criticized.
Yeah.
We're going to be
can't say anything.
judged. You can't say anything.
Yeah.
And the beautiful part about it is like this whole journey, as difficult as it's been, has just brought Will and I closer in such an authentic way. Instead of trying to be a thing, it's like just tearing all that down and finding what's true between us.
Wow.
And it's been beautiful. It's been difficult.
It's been difficult.
But beautiful.
Because one thing people were really still concerned about or confused about really was, okay, hang on. They've been divorced in theory, but not on paper.
Yes.
They were not together, but kind of pretended they were together. So I had trouble articulating exactly why that was. So now that you've had more time, why was that?
We really needed time to get solidified because at the end of the day, Will and I love each other. We had to really figure out what we wanted before we went into the world to say what was going on, because we were in such, we were just kind of in this very fragile place. And so now we're just super solid.
Yeah.
And so now I can actually talk about what the journey has been.
So Will talked to the New York Times, or gave a statement, and this is what he says. We'll put it up on the screen. This is from the Times itself. The memoir, Will Smith said in an email, kind of woke him up. She'd lived the life more on the edge than he had realized, and that she is more resilient, clever, and compassionate than he'd understood. And this is the quote. When you've been with someone for more than half your life, he wrote, a sort of an emotional blindness sets in, and all you can do, and you can all too easily lose your sensitivity to their hidden nuances and subtle beauties. It sounds like an emotional blindness. He didn't see you. Is that kind of what it was, that he...
I think, that's so universal in relationships. He didn't see me and I didn't see him, right? Yeah. And so we kind of had to go our...
But the biggest thing is, y'all was apart. You were emotionally tied to Tupac. You were emotionally talking about Tupac. Your daughter wrote a letter, I wish you were still here so mommy would be okay. You were still trying to connect to a man, allegedly, that was already married and dating other women. It's not adding up, y'all. It's not adding up. It just isn't. Jada Pinkett Smith is trying to paint this narrative, and people are calling her out, saying you get so emotional when you talk about Tupac, and R.I.P. to Tupac. He's no longer here. You have a man that's loving you, supporting you, building houses that you said, you didn't build this house for me, you bought it for you. Why didn't she just go back to the farm that she was trying to rebuild and under construction? If she was that miserable, why didn't she just leave in year 1 or 2? It's not adding up. It's not adding up.
Separate ways to see each other. You know, because when you're in a relationship and you're kind of just pulling at that person to be something for you refuse to see them. And so we had to go our separate ways to really look at ourselves and see the blocks that we had in order to find a way back.
One part that was very sensitive with you, and it.
So she about to talk about, you know, something that I can't play the clip in. So I'm about to lower the volume. I'm going to let them say it, and then we just won't hear it. My biggest thing is Jada Pinkett Smith talks about health concerns, well-being, wellness, wanting to be, not to be, her kids loving her, supporting her, through it all. This is the biggest thing. Stop playing with me. Jada Pinkett Smith had sadness moments. I'm not a doctor, not a counselor. I can't confirm or deny what she had going on. Will tried to stay with a woman that did not seem happy in mind, body, soul, and spirit. And then, mind you, she said she was taking things to help with her moods. And at some point, she was saying, allegedly, somebody, and I'll just be general because I don't want to call him out. She had a conversation with Jada. Jaden helped her in regards to her mood swings, her concerns with the highs and lows of wanting to be here, not be here. Will Smith was dealing with someone that was emotionally not available, emotionally struggling, and emotionally not appreciating him. Period. Let's go to the volume again.
Ayahuasca really was.
That was the turning point.
So that